Let's talk about content marketing for your agency. Now, I'm not some content marketing pro. I'm gonna be honest. I like to do it. I've done a lot of it, but I've also like to say that I've done more content for fewer people than anyone in the world. I'm not great at promotion, I guess, is the truth. So I don't have some inspirational video for you today about promotion. But I have learned how to grow my agency with content and why. And I'll tell you some of the things I've done that works great and then what I've learned, and I'll kind of do it through the context of our journey. So when we first started Directive, I had to get our domain authority up. In other words, our brand up, our notoriety up, the strength of our website up, so that if I wrote something for my own website and I did the keyword targeting and you searched for it, I could rank. So in the very beginning, when you're thinking about growing your agency, you gotta write for other people, in my opinion, okay? The reason you write for other people is it allows you to grow your brand, and so that when you are ready to write for yourself, and I'm not saying you only write for other people, but let's say if you do 4 pieces, okay? Let's say I do 3 for industry kind of publications, places that accept guest posts, and then 1 for myself, okay? On my own website. What I'm trying to do there is, and I'll come up with a cluster, a theme for all 4. So these 4 articles are going to be about account-based marketing. I'm going to write 3 of them on other places, 1 on my own site. I'm going to write the 1 on my own site first, and those other 3 pieces, I'm going to link back to my own piece. Ideally, if you search account-based marketing and other types of long-tail versions of that, I'm going to rank for almost all 4 of those pieces in different areas. Okay, that's a perfect world. That's a little content marketing strategy for you to get started. Okay, so now I'm writing on other websites. I'm building my domain authority. I'm getting my brand out there. People are hearing about me for the first time. I'm doing my kind of PR here. I'm also linking back to my own cornerstone piece on the topic I'm writing about for others. Okay, so that's kind of how I would get started if you were doing this. For us, when I did this, I had us number 1 for SEO agency, top 3 for PPC agency, and a bunch of other queries. This really worked, and it grew our business like crazy. And then it stopped working. You know when it stopped working? When we raised our rates. High volume queries don't work that well for your agency if you raise your prices. So think about it this way, and I'll just keep it really simple. If 100 people search for SEO agency and you price above market, then the vast majority of those 100 people can no longer be a customer of yours, and you struggle to monetize your content strategy. So in other words, at first, if you have market prices and you can kind of work with anyone and your pricing isn't an issue or a barrier or an obstacle, depending on your industry, then I would go all in on content marketing for high volume queries. However, if you start to serve a niche and you go up market and you start to have premium pricing, what you're gonna find is if you're going after keywords with volume, monetizing your strategy becomes exceptionally difficult. So like when we started Directive, we started at $400 an hour, $200, not an hour, a month. I was charging $250 a month to like hookah shops, maybe $400 a month to a pool cleaner. And we grinded it out. For years. It took a while to get to even $2K a month, let's say $4K a month. And this was for SEO back in the day. And so for us, when we ranked for SEO agency, that was huge because we had affordable pricing. Everybody was searching us. We were growing like crazy. However, when we raised our rates to 10K minimums, ranking for SEO agency is great, but not as good as ranking for SaaS SEO agency, which is the niche we service, or enterprise SEO agency, which is the pricing we have. You see what I'm saying? Now, those 2 keywords have a lot less volume. So you have to think about, for your business, are you in a niche? Do you have premium pricing? Because if that's the case, you have to start writing about content on how you see the world. You want to do worldview content. In other words, here's how things could be different for your clients if they hired you. Because here's how everyone else says this is important. We don't value this, we value that. This is why that could change your life. And you have to do content marketing that has an opinion, a worldview, a belief system. Now when you do that, it becomes about promotion. This is what I'm still learning to get better at, which is you take that niche audience, you take your worldview kind of content marketing, and you promote that like crazy to your audience and say, you have to get your content to them because there's not enough, they don't know you exist because they don't see it how you see it. So the keywords you're writing for, they don't even think about yet. So you have to start to ask yourself, Is this an organic content marketing play or is this a paid content marketing play? And so I think organic content marketing is exceptional when you have accessible pricing and you serve kind of the broader market. Once you go to a niche though and you have a premium market, now you need to advertise your content and do promotional content for this kind of worldview that you believe in. Now, it doesn't matter, by the way, on your content, if it's a YouTube channel, if it's organic, if it's a podcast, these same kind of concepts apply. Super generic podcast for a super specific service, it's not going to work. And what you optimize towards needs to matter, right? When you go up market, your organic visitors matter a lot less than the amount of people who fill out a form and can go through your qualification stage. In other words, you got to start measuring organic to SQL. Okay, content marketing, how many sales qualified leads does your content marketing drive? Not how many marketing qualified leads does your content marketing drive if you're going up market. Now, if you're down market, MQLs are great. These are marketing qualified leads. Your pricing works for almost anyone. It's really more about timing and intent versus up market where it's about fit and alignment. Okay, so just some things to think about when you're growing your agency and trying to think, what do I do for my content marketing? And I hope that helps. Thanks, everybody.